Hello everyone! I know this keeps happening, this is becoming a regular thing. I did not want this to be a regular thing, for me not to upload for a really long time, but you know what guys, I won't upload anything if I didn't think it was going to be good content. And for many months I was getting to the point where I was like, is this the kind of stuff I want to do? Do I want to do something else? Like, I just didn't really know what was right for me. And let's not dilly-dally too much, but today I want to do one out of many series. It's the end of festival season. I've only been to 2 festivals this year, which is diabolical for me. I normally go to so many. I want to make a video helping people decide if that festival is for them, having a point system, going through all the most crucial things that I think make a festival a good festival. I have made a video in the past about what I think you need to bring, like tips for festivals. However, this is not going to be that. It's going to be me going through some points, which I will do every single time I go to a festival and do a review, the same points, and help you guys decide if you want to go. Obviously, this is biased. This is my opinion. Therefore, what you think is good and fun and good music might not be what I think is good music. So, therefore, we will start with Boomtown 2018. Point 1. Getting to the festival. Was it easy? Yes, this year, getting to Boomtown was pretty easy. I'm lucky to have some friends that drive, so we drove there. But I know people that get the train to Winchester, get a coach which is provided by the festival. I don't know if you have to pay money for it, you might have to, but I don't think it was very expensive, and that takes you straight to the festival from the train station. Getting into the actual festival itself was a breeze this year. Last year, not so much. So I'm not saying every year it's gonna be like this, but I think what happened last year may have helped this year and therefore the upcoming years, because we had to wait 8 hours to get into the festival last year. Don't think that'll happen again because they had a little malfunction with the ticket machines. This year, it took us like literally half an hour to get through security and into the festival. Now that, to me, is amazing because you have a lot of shit to carry when you're coming to a festival. The actual security search, which I'm pretty sure most people want to know, it was pretty easy to get in. I'm not saying bring anything you shouldn't bring into the festival, but what I'm saying was it wasn't exactly the strictest search. However, they do have dogs, so if you're gonna bring something in, at least hide it accordingly. However, we had no trouble. I literally just walked in. We did get searched, like a bag search, which doesn't happen to everyone. They do have a limit of, I think it's 24 beers or ciders, maybe like 24 cans of mixed drink, and no spirits allowed. This is like the worst thing about Boomtown. I cannot drink beer for a whole festival. My bowels, sorry for the information, but my bowels will not be able to handle that. And when you have portaloos, that's another thing. We don't want to get involved, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So anyway, if you want to bring in spirits, I suggest you put them in some water bottles and seal them as if they're in the plastic. That's the best way to do it. I have not had any trouble that way, and I always get my spirits in because I can't not drink beer or cider. Okay, point number 2, festival setup and aesthetic. By this, I mean, you know, everything of the festival looks good, looks cool, looks out of this world, makes you feel like you're in Alice in Wonderland and tripping balls. Even if you aren't tripping balls, you want to feel like a tripping balls. Boomtown has got to be one of the best festivals when it comes to aesthetic. They haven't got it down with the art, the setup, the stages, everything just is so detailed, like the smallest thing in every single town. Boomtown is basically a town with many little towns, so they have like little houses, and inside each house you've got like a little gig or a shop or something within the house. And each of these houses within each town is themed by something. So there's like a Wild West themed town, you got Mayfair, which this year they've changed to Paradise Springs, and you've got downtown, we've got like Chinatown. You had this year we had a place called Disorderly, yeah, that was it, Disorderly. They have something for everyone there, and within each of these places they've got so much detail, and I swear it must take them a whole year just to design and make everything. And you know when you're going in there that you have spent this money and it's for a good cause, because it's just incredible. I can't describe it. Me even talking about it, I can't really describe it well enough, because it is completely different when you're there. You feel like you're just in this amazing paradise, and it's amazing. Lineup. The lineup for Boomtown has never really been mainstream and famous. It's been mainly about, like, you know, independent bands, and there's loads of them. There's so many bands going and artists, but it's never been very mainstream. Only in the last few years we've had some really big people come and play. So this year we had Gorillaz and Diane with. Obviously got a lot of DJs going because it's an electronic music festival. So first thing of the lineup is electronic music. So it has pretty much every subgenre within electronic music, but you do also have independent indie music, and then you've got but then there's not a lot of those. They're normally in the Wild West. You've got like folk music, then you've got all the subgenres of electronic music, which are all scattered all over the place. So you've got trance, you've got house, you've got electro swing, you've got drum and bass, which is a really big thing at the moment. Like, all the kids are loving it. Not that I'm not a child, I am 23 years old, I am young myself, but like, what I mean to say is that has become really popular lately. For me, it's really important to find out new artists and discover things that I have never even heard of before at a festival. So for me, that is very important to do that. Whereas if you're someone that doesn't really like things that they haven't heard of, and you know, only really listen to mainstream music, this isn't the festival for you. So don't come to Boomtown thinking, oh, I'm gonna, because it's a really famous festival now. Everyone knows about Boomtown. Not everyone really knew what Boomtown was a few years ago. Don't come thinking, oh, because I've heard of it, everyone talks about it, I'm gonna love it. Because if your thing is music and the main thing is, oh, I'm coming because I think I'll know every little artist that's going, then you will not be very happy about that, because it is all completely brand new artists. Well, they're not brand new, but they're a lot smaller than you would have thought, and a lot of them are up and coming. But for me, this is a great festival for that, because it's more aesthetic, but it goes very well with the music, and I like every single person I go see, especially with my electro swing and my trance. They have a forest dedicated just for trance, and they have an area just for electro swing. So whatever I feel like listening to, if I'm not in the mood for one thing, I'll just go to any single area that is dedicated for that genre, and I will enjoy myself. Next is preparation for weather. A lot of festivals don't really give a shit about this so much, but lately when we've had a lot of rain, it has made the whole festival horrible, because if you have a lot of rain, you don't really want to go outside so much, because it's a very hilly place. Like, you don't really want to be hiking up a hill and slipping down, and hiking up a hill and slipping down, you know what I mean? Like, a festival should accommodate to weather conditions if it's going to be bad. So last year, I remember it rained a little bit, but it rained a lot before we came, and it was just so muddy. It was horrendous. This year, it rained quite a bit. Now, I think it was because we had like a drought for 2 months, so like it wasn't, the rain kind of just soaked into the floor and it didn't go too muddy, and I don't remember it being too hard walking around. And then I do also remember the places that was quite bad, because there was areas that were pretty bad. They put loads of wood chips, and that soaks up all the mud, which is great. Now they did that a lot this year, and I think that's really, really helpful from a festival. If you've got money, like, just just buy some wood chips. Like, it's really not that hard. When I've been to previous festivals and they haven't done this, it has made the whole festival such a misery. You just don't enjoy the music. I'm not saying you can't if it rains, but like, it's just not ideal. So the next point is very, very important for me because you all know I like my food, and this is one thing that I have not really had a problem over the last years with festivals. And I think it's just getting better and better, and that is the food. Festivals were known for having really shit food because, I mean, I guess back in the day you couldn't really, you know, take food across the campsite and not really cook it properly. I don't really know what it was, but lately the food's been great. It's very like street market foods. You all know I like my sushi burritos, which is V Sushi. It's the company that provide them, and they're pretty much at every festival I've been at. And they're so, like, it's expensive, let's not lie. It's about like up to £10 a meal, but you're not really gonna be eating too much at festivals. Like 2 meals a day should do you with snacks that you've already brought. That's normally what I do anyway. And to me, it was so good. They have everything in Boomtown. There is not one single food there that I think is gross. Like, and even for breakfast, the food wasn't that expensive. It was like £4 for a butty, which is bread with bacon. It's very good. And crepes, they have everything. Vegan food, of course, there's a lot of vegan food at Boomtown because it is a hippie festival, I guess some people would say. I think that isn't anymore, but it's still very like vegan friendly, so for anyone that's wondering. The toilets at Boomtown, they're like the eco toilets, so you pour sawdust down the hole, but it is a hole in the ground pretty much, and you don't squat. It's like a toilet, you sit on it, but it's a hole in the ground, so it just drops down. Now, I am someone, wherever it is, I'm sorry if it's eco and it smells a little bit less, to me it stinks regardless. You're pooping on top of someone else's shit, and to me, I don't want to see that. And I'm sorry if I'm a toilet snob, but that is not something that I want if I am drinking. You get the shits when you drink too much, so I'm not gonna beat around the bush about this. I need nice toilets. Now, these days, I think most festivals it is like this, but obviously each festival, I will update you if this is the case. They have like VIP or nice loos. Or in this case, Boomtown has Zulus, and Zulus are basically really nice portaloos, which, you know, you flush and they're clean, and basically they clean them every time you go in, so it doesn't smell, there's not mud everywhere, you can sit on the toilet and relax. Like, I need that, so I get that every single year when I go, and I have no problem. I mean, it's £40 for the whole weekend. To me, that's worth it. It's worth for a good shit. But it's not just that. They have showers, and they have like hair dryers. If it rains, we normally go in there and just dry ourselves off. Hair straighteners, I don't really need that. Like this year I was getting a bit pissed off actually, because it seems like everyone had bought these, so there was a massive queue for the showers, not so much for the toilets, but the showers, and I think they oversold the tickets, which I'm sorry Boomtown, but that was not good. Well, actually, that's not Boomtown's fault, it's Zulu's fault. Say there was toilet paper in the first like day, but after that it wasn't in the portaloos. So if you didn't want to pay money for the expensive toilets and just get the free ones, that's just bring your toilet paper with you and hand sanitizer, because that did run out. I'm going to talk about the wristbands. Now, I know this is a really silly, petty thing, and most people are going to be like, but why are you talking about the wristbands? Like, it's stupid. But everyone that goes to festivals, especially in the UK, and I think around the whole world, you get a unique wristband to that year. It's not the same every year, it's different colors. This was this year's one for Boomtown. It was really cool, neon. Yeah, I cut the end off because it was like hanging, it was annoying me. I really liked it, but yeah, really simple. I really like their wristbands. They've never disappointed me with their wristbands. Always been happy to have them and collect them, and I think most people will want to know what they look like, so that was a quick point. And yeah, good wristbands we've done. Last point is the crowd. Now, this is something that I think only in the last year this has been something I've really thought about. And I'll tell you why. The more these festivals get talked about, the more mainstream they get. And unfortunately, they bring a certain crowd that to me is just not very like fun to be around. and that is rowdy, almost Reading type. If anyone knows what Reading's like, it's very like full of like 16 to like 18-year-olds that are just so mashed up. They're falling all around the place. They're just not enjoying themselves the way that they should be, you know what I mean? Like, you're allowed to get fucked up. I'm not saying you don't do that. Kids these days. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, if you're gonna do shit, do it in at least a decent amount quantity where you're enjoying yourself, because they just don't look like they're enjoying themselves. It was just full of 16-year-olds, and these days I didn't know that 16-year-olds were so into drum and bass, but they love their drum and bass, and it's not a 90s drum and bass. It is 2018 drum and bass, which is very like, it's got a really harsh bass line to it, but it's not bass line, and it's constant. Like, it's not, there's no vocals. It's just kind of, it gets boring after a while. I can't listen to it all day, and they would be surrounded in anywhere that was drum and bass. And one time I went into some electro swing room, and I love my electro swing, and I heard a like 16-year-old, I don't know how old she was, but she looked young. She walked in, she was so fussed. She's like, what's this shit? It's not drum and bass. She just walked off, and it's just like, mate, just because you've heard of drum and bass that it's popular now, doesn't mean you can only listen to drum and bass. Like, explore, be open-minded. And that's something that a few years ago when I first went to Boomtown, it was very hippie-esque. Everyone was just chill. They were all just, you know, up to seeing everyone. There was no bad vibes. This year, it just felt like there was some bad energy. Oh God, I'm gonna sound like a fucking knob now, but like, that's just how I can describe it. It just felt like not chill at all. It was aggressive. There was a lot of aggressive people, and therefore, with the crowd this year, I am not happy with it, and I'm actually thinking about not going next year. I mean, I'll probably go, but we will see. But in the end, that festival, Boomtown, is the best festival I have been to so far. From all the points I've gone through, every single one of them, apart from the crowd this year. I mean, there's still good people in the crowd. All the points have been positive and good, and it has made my festival experience so pleasant that is what's gonna keep me going each year. I will give this festival a thumbs up, and I hope you guys can go next year if you can. I know it might be difficult to get tickets, but get them when they come out. They come out normally November. I hope you guys like this video. Please let me know if there's any like festivals you want me to review that I've been to in the past. I can do that. I've been to quite a lot. I will do the other ones I've been to this year and go through anything that I think I should let you guys know about. If you like music and you like my content, please subscribe. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I know that sounds like a really petty thing to ask for, but it is something that has been a goal of mine, and I want to get there. So anyway, I hope you guys have a really good day, and I will see you guys later.